What's going on, family? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is Down to Earth Tarot. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know where you're watching from. Family, Capricorns and cross watchers. So what is this situation that you're feeling the need to be very quiet about? Some of you dealing with an air sign, though we have everybody out on the desk here. This need to be quiet, move in silence. And what I really get from the Seven of Knives here is like the need to keep the situation quiet is so other people aren't in your business, as to not start anything. You know, because this gives the vibes of like things getting, somebody either stirring the pot or like things getting really heated up in the kitchen. That's what it is. So like the need to be quiet about something as to not cause a lot of commotion, having other people put in their 2 cents and or their say. For some of you, it could even be that you need to keep quiet about you knowing about somebody else's little reunion, reconciliation, and needing to be quiet about it. But it is definitely the vibe of keeping a situation quiet or leaving a situation without any explanation. Not letting anybody know exactly what it is that's going on here. We see in this background here, this Three of Cups, this is being quiet about something happy and exciting. Not a third-party situation, the cheatation, and a bunch of mess. Somebody feels the need to be quiet about something good that's going on. Some of you are excited about being with this particular person. Others of you, we've seen a lot of energy about job and career opportunities. Again, subscribe and check out the playlist. It's also this air card here, this Queen of Swords, and the reverse as well. Shout out to those of you with heavy air in your chart and the Aquarius cuspers. But this energy of not needing to explain oneself, as well as this energy of there not being any proof of what it is that somebody is doing, planning, moving on to. So this is being very quiet about these plans and or this person here. And what I'm really looking at, the reason why is down here, is this energy of not wanting to be embarrassed for some. Because for some of you, this may be a reunion as opposed to a new person and or situation. Not wanting to look like a fool, not wanting to be embarrassed, waiting till a situation gets to a certain point until somebody's proven something. Because it definitely gives the not the first time for something. So whether it's getting overly excited about new opportunities or new people, or whether it's returning back to somebody that you're familiar with and the people around you are familiar with, your community, social or otherwise, it's this energy of not wanting a situation to fail. It's this energy of not wanting to be embarrassed, to not, have the same type of thing play out. But I don't get the vibes of a situation not working out. It very much gives the things quietly working out behind the scenes. Because these reversals don't feel like disaster to me, it's giving this is what's going on in private. So nobody's understanding that things are really coming together for somebody quietly and behind the scenes. For some, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, when I think of this Three of Coins. But definitely in this particular area, and we see multiple threes here. Shout out to the people that are 33 that are watching. But it's the Six of Cups as well, talking about blessings, things coming in, being presented, as well as like the nostalgia, looking back at things, especially for those of you reconnecting with somebody. Going back and doing something a second, maybe a third or fourth time. The energy of focusing on the good things that have happened in the past and currently happening also when I think of the Six of Cups as well. And this energy of being very logical. Being very logical, being very careful about the choices that you're making, conversations and contracts that you are signing. For those of you that this may be a paperwork situation, deals that are coming in. But it's not a lot of like messing around. It's not it's not a bunch of chaos. It's not a bunch of mess. It's somebody being quiet while a situation really starts to grow. While a situation starts to blossom. So underneath this Three of Cups, let's talk about being very quiet about something that is exciting. Both the Three of Cups and the Six of Wands here. But letting a situation grow privately, getting all of somebody's ducks in a row or all of the ducks in a row. Before you show someone off, let people know what is going on here. This is more of that celebration. Being recognized, giving someone or getting a certain level of recognition, public recognition. You also tripling down on that with the Judgment here. Major revelations, shocking people with something. Now I'm almost curious, Capricorns. What is this thing that's got you all excited? If it's a person, drop your sign and their sign down below. If it's an opportunity, financial, just drop those dollar signs. Family, this is something, it's almost as if a situation is too good to be true, and that's why somebody wants to be quiet about it. And when I think of the Judgment here, as you look, which is also the cover of the box that this deck comes in, is this energy of somebody sitting here, you know, in front of another fortune teller of some sort and being shocked by something. For some of you, this particular thing that you're being quiet about, notice how there's a hand over her mouth. This particular thing that you're being quiet about, that too good to be true energy, but some of you, this is something that you've prayed for, written it down, been working towards, putting in that effort. More of things being presented in front of you. Some of you not wanting to say anything, bring somebody home, make the announcement with the Judgment until you have something in hand. Something for people to see, touch, and feel, a contract, a ring, a new place, buying the home, buying the car, making the move, accepting that job offer. Some of you, there's something about this garden, being at home, this like nesting energy in this Ace of Coins. For some of you, getting through the first trimester of a pregnancy, possibly. But this is wanting to wait for something in particular before you make this announcement about this significant change that's coming. When I think of the world here, the pause, the tying up of some loose ends before the start of a brand new journey. And then you see that ace there, that new beginning. And again, solid and stable for some of you, having to do with family or finances when I think of coins. There may also be some of you that are going through, I want to say, a physical transformation. Weight loss, could even be a major surgery of some sort. That could also be the reason for being quiet, keeping to oneself, being very reserved. We've seen that energy in some of the previous readings. Like almost going into like hermit mode, being quiet, this period of isolation and working some things out. Especially those of you that have this exciting thing going on. Now let's get into these things coming together quietly behind the scenes. This Three of Pentacles. Those of you dealing with an air sign person, But it also gives the vibes of somebody being very intelligent, using the knowledge that they have as well as good communication skills for something to come together, keeping the lines of communication open. But when I think of the Queen and King of Air, or Knives in this particular deck, that to me is a married couple. So what is this secret relationship that some of y'all have going on here in the background that's leading toward a serious commitment? For some of you, a child coming into the world. Congratulations. Others of you building a business, building something with somebody. And those of you working multiple jobs to make a big purchase, that energy. Especially those of you working 3 jobs. Those of you taking control of your situation, making some bold moves. And again, this energy of conquering, when I think of this Queen of Wands in particular here, this Queen of Fire. Getting things done, being very motivated, very driven, but it also gives me the vibes of a situation moving very quickly. Very quickly, again, fire moving very fast, but the air as well, these broken clocks. Which I'm not sure if that's a situation, again, the obvious speeding up of things, but for some of you, it may even be a slowing down of certain things. It could even be a refocus. Clarify this Queen of Fire. And there it is. We see the Knight of Wands as well. So Queen of Fire, Knight of Fire. There's this energy of being laser focused on something or having the ability to quickly change directions. That is very attractive. But those of you that it's not focused on a project, a situation between you and somebody else moving very quickly, very quickly. I was almost going to say like time is not an issue, and it feels like that. Time is not an issue. Things are moving very fast and clearly in a positive direction. And again, I feel like for some of you, it is this fact that something is very new or moving very fast that also has people very quiet. Because then if it is moving very fast, you know, coming to the conclusion or getting to that safe point to say something, announce something, maybe coming sooner than somebody thinks. And for some of you, indeed, this needing to be quiet about a situation and having a lot of strict boundaries around this has to do with the situation where somebody has walked away before from this person and or similar situations. It also gives me the vibes of somebody being very reserved emotionally, not necessarily wanting to go all in. Somebody's afraid of people knowing that they're back in this situation, and they are all in emotionally. Some of you dealing with a Virgo, but it definitely is this energy of not wanting any outside influences while somebody is going through this process. And heavy on this Dr. Grant, we see this guy up in here, or out here, because it's out in this forest. I'll put it up close to the camera. Picking things up, harvesting, and more to that building, saving for a rainy day. The earth vibes, becoming very grounded, doing something off on somebody's own, not wanting outside influences. And even with this 8 of baskets, somebody walking away. We see these flowers, I was going to say plants, but flowers out here. It really speaks to somebody doing something outside of their comfort zone, being very vulnerable and not wanting those outside influences as a distraction, as I'm thinking about this person being all out in the woods by themselves, not wanting that distraction. Heavy on the not wanting that distraction, not wanting any negative energy here. Multiple 3s and 7s now. Shout out to the Capricorns and cross watchers that are 33 and 37, born in the year 73. If you were born in the year 37 and tapped in, shout out to you. But it is definitely this energy of wanting to protect oneself, protecting this situation between you and this other person. And heavy on the not wanting any unnecessary drama, conflict or confusion, outside emotions in the mix. What else for this Hermit card? Wanting to figure out this situation by oneself. Heavy on the by oneself. And this being a major turning point, whatever this situation is. Notice how this person is across the water. Shout out to those of you that live near water. But heavy on separating oneself from friends, family, familiar places and things. While going through this situation. Heavy on the being by oneself, wanting to do a lot of thinking. And it really, with this Two of Wands, just being you and this person, or you and this project situation here. And it really does, with all of this water, this Hermit and this Queen of Knives, it really speaks to somebody emotionally being all in a situation here. The Six of Cups as well offers blessings, these good feelings. Also, when I think of sixes, the like Libra vibes, that needing to balance things out, choices, consequences that equal given and taken. And again, the fast movement, but a lot of talking, multiple 8s now. Reaping what one has sown. Again, that energy, when I think of the Magician in the tarot, that infinity symbol, what goes around comes around. I say pray, but other people, they call it manifesting. It is definitely that energy and a situation moving very quickly. But for some of you, I also feel like a situation is also long distance. Like a lot of traveling back and forth. For a lot of you, I feel like the fact that a situation is moving very quickly is the reason that some of you are wanting to keep it quiet. But there's also this energy of wanting to keep a situation safe the way that it is. This person or this situation making you feel very safe. This person being very nurturing, loving, caring when I think of the Queen of Cups here. Notice the roses in her hand. Notice the handout. Somebody very helpful. Heavy on the not wanting to jinx a situation and wanting to keep it quiet. Wanting to keep it quiet. Again, because it is so new. But even with this Page of Pentacles, it's still solid. It's just too new for somebody to feel comfortable announcing. It also speaks to how invested you and or the other side of this situation is as well in the situation. In building something and growing. And I also think with the Son of Coins in this journal here or this book, like creating memories. So not just focusing on, for some of you, the past history that you have with someone, but what you plan to build in this situation. I also get this strong feeling for some of you that this has to do with family and talking about family. So then we're into this 10 of Wands, 4 of Baskets, this nervousness about the announcement. The reason to keep this situation quiet is a messy falling out. But family, nothing is given that vibe. And this 4 of Wands was just flying out, getting ready to fall into my floor. Nothing about this situation is giving the bad vibes, family. 1111. And that's today's day. Make a wish. Family. And the 4s, 3s, 4s, 8s, repeating numbers. Drop any of the repeating numbers you've been seeing, but we see a situation coming together. For some of you, a relationship, a partnership coming together, equally, both parties. Notice the flowers again, which we saw in that 8 of Baskets, which is somebody walking away, doing something outside of their comfort zone. There's this energy that as long as somebody is putting forth that equal effort, the other side of this is coming in to match that energy. What else with this new relationship coming in? That's all exciting. Okay. Uh-oh. Shout out to those of you dealing with the Capricorn. Drop your birthdays, Capricorns, down below. We see the devil here, which would be a cause for concern for me, but there's this energy in this particular deck, which I love this. This is tied for number 1 for me. But it's this light little Scorpio energy here with the rest in peace, with the obituary here. This energy of walking away from toxic situations. It's also this energy of releasing those unnecessary or irrational fears surrounding the situation. It's really heavy on the looking back, past situations, keeping somebody stuck. It makes me think of the story of Lot's wife, the turning back and turning to a pillar of salt, that Queen of Knives being that pillar of salt. If somebody, decides to look back, ask for an outside opinion. Get the wrong person involved here. A situation, it may not be toxic between you and this other person or you and this other party, but it could be that the outside influences, are just not what it is that you want. We see, okay, Aquarius here with the grandchildren. Shout out to the Cuspers, tap in. Sagittarius, tap in with the sun. Cuspers, tap in. December and January, right in the middle. Both sides of Capricorn, right? Everything kind of coming into place. We see this alignment here with the grandchildren. And for some of you, when I think of the devil and the grandchildren, this energy of even with negative things happening or the devil trying to have their hand in something, a situation working itself out for the better. Back to what I said earlier about, new beginnings, marriages, relationships, fertility here when I think of the sun. Somebody making somebody a grandma or a grandpa, the grandchildren, new children coming in, family. For some of you, this relationship is something that you see is turning into, a marriage. Finding the person that you want to start a family with. Finding that person that you can start a business with, grow. A company in which that you are able to grow. Even travel when I think of that 6 of Wands as well. There's something exciting going on. And this energy, another 7, not only to invest and jump and go all in, family, but to be quiet about this investment until it grows into a certain point here. And notice our girl here looking over her shoulder, this energy of not wanting to get others involved until the time is right. Until the time is right. Capricorns and cross watchers, that's where I'm going to leave it today. So please let me know what resonated for you. Hit the like button, subscribe, drop this person's sign if you know it down below. And Capricorns and cross watchers, I will be tapping in with you very soon. Keep it real.